How many other films, this is for both of you, how many other films can you name where the main character directly addresses the audience and breaks the fourth wall?
I think there's one very obvious.
I think it's quite a short list, actually. I can only think of about 3.
Deadpool 2. Is there another one?
Yeah,
that's one I
the
didn't
biggest. Yeah,
literally.
Deadpool. Good one. I've got about 3, possibly 4 more. I'm not
Is
sure.
there a reference? I feel like there was a reference in Bill and Ted. I have no idea where I'm getting this from, but I feel like at one point they addressed the camera.
Bill and Ted broke the fourth wall. I could be wrong. Actually, it feels like the type of film that would.
Yeah.
Well,
like they had just a.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one because there's. Goodfellas does when he's in the courtroom. Yes.
Right at the very end.
Yes. Good one.
Yes.
Well done. I think speaking of Bill and Ted, I don't know if Bill and Ted did, but Wayne's World definitely does.
Yeah, Wayne's World.
Wayne Campbell addresses the audience.
But it's that type of movie. It's a very similar type of movie.
Wait a minute.
Where
it's a very specific technique.
The original, the good one, the original Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory. I can't remember it directly, but I feel like that was the type of movie where you get like a quick reference.
He could have, but I don't remember.
I don't know the film well enough.
I don't remember Gene Wilder breaking the fourth wall on that one. So, you're right. I actually can't think. I know fourth wall breaks are common.
Well, that's just it. That's just my point. I don't think they are.
I think
they're quite.
You think?
I think it's common. Well, I think it's more common in the one-off scene thing, and that can just get lost in the movie.
Like John Landis movies always have it. Yeah, someone look directly at the camera at some point. Eddie Murphy does that.
Like just look at the camera.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to scam Blues Brothers, but I go.
I don't know. Somebody. I don't know. Does in Blues Brothers.
I think there's in some ways they do like a 3.5 break. Like it's kind of weird. Like they pass from breaking into a movie and break directly.
Corner.
I think they don't. If anyone does, I think John Lee Hooker does, like where they kind of kick off an argument in the middle of the street.
I was thinking that like they don't break the fourth wall to look directly and observe outside their universe, but they directly talk to God, who is an observer outside the universe. So it's like not really, but like that's kind of like a reality break.
In a metaphysical sense.
Yeah.
I mean, all I've got, the only examples the other examples I can think of, and they're both by the same director, interestingly. Alfie.
Yes. Yeah.
Both versions. I think the remake does it as well. And Shirley Valentine.
Yes.
Both directed by the late great Lewis Gilbert. So he did it in a couple of movies. I mean, I think Shirley Valentine was kind of like, because I think that's a sort of adaptation from in the play. I think it's in the original play. I think it's a one-woman play, but she's telling the whole story to the wall. Yeah, and that she's talking to the wall, and the wall is the audience. I think that's how they do it in the play. I think in the movie they sort of change it a bit.
In a sense, if you have someone who's directly talking to the audience, but like as a outside voice, I'm completely blanking on the name. I'm just cut to when I remember.
Cut out the brain scratch.
The narrator. So when you have a narrator in the film, is that not a fourth wall break? Because they're outside the movie, kind of, or the space of the movie directly talking to us as if they're talking to the movie.
I think that's a slightly different thing because
it's directly addressing the audience.
Yeah, but it's related. It's a related device, obviously. Yes, definitely. But I think when a character literally turns to the camera and talks to the audience,
so
not just over the top. It's because that's a separate.
That's
thing.
one. So if you think of the Lego Movie, I think does break the fourth wall, but you probably wouldn't know that one.
I saw the Lego Batman. Yeah. Funny you say the narrator. That made me think of another example, Fight Club.
Yes.
It's a bit where Ed Norton turns to the camera at least once or twice.
No, exactly.
But I think that's a slightly different thing. I think the narration's
different because you are correct. I think you are correct, Toby, because narration
related,
is
closely related.
But narration is part of the storytelling. That's why novels. There's loads.
It's an adaptation. Well, any novel with told in the third person.
Exactly, yeah. So,
but I think although narration tends to be in the first person,
yeah,
well, not always.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, for instance, going back to that first one I mentioned, Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a narration, but also breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
So right at the very end of
it's
the
mostly narration, but
it's
there's one
mostly
bit
narration all through the movie, and then actually right at the very end, it breaks the fourth wall in the courtroom to finish the narration.
And it has an interesting effect, doesn't it? Because it takes the audience into the character's confidence. I think if a character does it frequently, like Ferris Bueller, like Wayne, like Alfie, I think Shelley Valentine. I think with those and all of those films are named after the character who does it as well. I just realised. I think it gives you a real subjectivity. It really draws you into that character's confidence, which you can use for a variety of effects. You can use it to make us like them and want them to win. You can use it. You can make them an unreliable, fourth wall breaking narrator, or you can make them untrustworthy. You can do all sorts of things with it. I just think it's an interesting. I'm really fascinated by the technique because as I say, I want to get to an example.
So I did just remember one more.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's kind of funny that it slipped out of our minds until the very end when the literal first one I mentioned was Deadpool, but we completely forgot about She-Hulk.
TV show, but
exactly. But then, and they both did it in the comics. To be fair, by that point, it's it's almost like you're expecting it. I was about to mention, because the thing is if you think about like cinema and the history of cinema and the history of film, breaking the fourth wall was a cardinal sin. It wasn't until like the 60s and the 70s that I don't think you'd ever see a fourth wall break. I mean, I can't think of any. I can't think of any black and white movie where there's a fourth wall break.
I guess it's a sort of adaptation. It's a cinematic adaptation of, what they call in theatre an aside, isn't it? Where one of the characters literally says to the audience, hey, that character over there doesn't know what we know. I'm about to tell you that this character doesn't know. He knows that kind of.
But then,
very
they don't know
actually, does that happen in Shakespeare?
Oh, all the time. It goes back to. It's very common.
Exactly. So from an audience participation with a play,
it might go back to the Greeks.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
right.
There was literally times where I think there were points where the play would, in essence, change based on what the hecklers were saying.
No,
so would,
this is quite interesting. Because can you think of anything of the black and white period? So from the 1920s to say the 60s,
where a character breaks
a fourth wall break. If you can come up with some, please put them in the comments.
I'm
quite intrigued because I think
of
that period, it was a cardinal sin.
There's one which is. And he doesn't say anything, but he does look into the camera at the end of Psycho.
Yeah.
Which is,
I think,
again, I guess really, I'm more interested in the ones where it's a chronic thing throughout the movie, and the character actually does.
And I think from common standpoint, with the likes of Deadpool,
but it's interesting when it happens again.
I think I haven't watched the movie, so I can't confirm. But I think Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, the Evil Exes.
I think that there's a good amount of fourth wall breaks in there. I think that's more of the directing style. Wright making
use of that.
Device
quite freely. Actually,
actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Shaun of the Dead? Did it?
No fourth wall break in there.
And actually, wait. What's his name?
Oh, I know there is. Well, when he when they're talking about whether to go to the Winchester or not, he sort of looks at the camera. He sort of looks at the camera and goes, like that.
Yes.
So it's a little one. It's probably more. There's probably quite a few little examples.
What's the name? The filmmaker Wes Anderson. I feel like he's probably made like a cheat. Yes. In his short stories on Netflix, they directly talk to the camera.
Ones.
Yeah. The man. I remember the one with bandages.
He's definitely kind of filmmaker.
It's narration, but it's narration by characters who are also acting out as it is. And I think that also falls into a kind of grey area. But that is the people performing the roles also directly kind of they're doing both at once.